After refining the celestial sealing stamp inside his origin soul with thunder, Wang Lin believed it would gradually absorb the power of his origin soul's lightning. He then released the sealed messenger of the Thunder Celestial Temple from 3 purple flags. As soon as the messenger escaped, he tried to flee, but Wang Lin summoned the Billion Soul Flag and trapped his origin soul. Desperate to survive, the messenger offered the location of an All-Heaven Stone in exchange for his life. But Wang Lin ignored the offer and sealed his soul inside the soul flag. Wang Lin then refined the 3 purple flags, erased their previous owner's divine sense, and discovered they were a powerful defensive treasure capable of creating a rapidly spinning purple vortex that concealed and protected him. Although impressed by their defensive ability, he stored them away after testing them. He also examined 2 mysterious yellow talismans but still could not understand their function. After ensuring there was no danger nearby, Wang Lin carefully took out the collection pavilion, considering it his greatest harvest from the Thunder Celestial Realm because it contained countless celestial spells. Although eager to explore it, he restrained himself, knowing his current cultivation only allowed access to the 4th floor and that attempting to enter the higher floors through the white-robed woman would still leave him unable to break the restrictions protecting the celestial spells. Fearing both the unknown limitations of the pavilion and the possibility of being discovered, he shrank it to the size of a fingernail with a sealing technique, placed it inside a spare storage bag, cut open his own chest, hid the bag inside his body, and healed the wound with origin energy so no one would ever suspect where the priceless treasure was hidden. After organizing the enormous amount of celestial jades and treasures he had gathered during nearly 2 months in the Thunder Celestial Realm, Wang Lin decided it was finally time to leave. Riding the mosquito beast while the Thunder Toad followed behind, Wang Lin returned to the chosen Immortal clan and found every member gathered around a wooden platform where Ta Shan lay dying. Having resisted the slave imprint embedded within his bloodline, Ta Shan had endured 2 months of agonizing backlash, but his life had finally reached its end. The clan mourned deeply, regarding him as their greatest hero because he had proven that the slave imprint imposed by the Celestials could be resisted, even though the price was death. As Ta Shan drifted in and out of consciousness, memories of being taught that serving the Celestials was the clan's greatest honor filled his mind, causing tears to flow as he cursed the injustice of the world and the Celestials themselves. Witnessing Ta Shan's impending death, the clan elder finally revealed the truth he had concealed, declaring that Ta Shan had been right. He told everyone that the celestial realm had long since collapsed and that the Celestials had abandoned them, leaving the chosen Immortal clan to be slaughtered as food for the fog beasts. Turning to Wang Lin for confirmation, he asked whether this was true. Wang Lin calmly confirmed that the celestial realm had indeed collapsed and that any surviving Celestials were extremely rare. The elder's words ignited the long-suppressed anger of the entire clan, and cries of revolt spread through the crowd as they resolved to die with dignity rather than continue living as slaves. After silently observing everything, Wang Lin finally spoke, saying that he could prevent Ta Shan from dying. His words stunned the entire clan, and the elder immediately knelt before him in gratitude and asked if it was true. Wang Lin replied that he was only 50% confident. If his technique succeeded, Ta Shan would survive physically but would become a puppet without consciousness. And whether he could ever regain his mind would depend entirely on Ta Shan himself. Wang Lin accepted Ta Shan's willingness to undergo refinement, warning that the process required absolute determination or it would fail. He took Ta Shan away for 3 months of seclusion, instructing the chosen Immortal clan not to disturb him. During the refinement, Wang Lin used his essence origin energy to preserve Ta Shan's body, a heavenly ghost from the Thunder Celestial Realm to rebuild his soul, countless celestial jades to nourish his body, and the ancestral skulls of the forsaken Immortal clan to perfect his tattoos. He declared that he was giving Ta Shan the greatest possible opportunity and that failure afterward would simply be fate. After more than 2 months, Ta Shan emerged transformed into a 20-foot-tall giant with a golden body and a single incomparably complex tattoo between his eyebrows. Although Wang Lin successfully turned him into a celestial guard, Ta Shan's cultivation only reached the peak of the corporeal yang stage instead of the nirvana scryer stage. Wang Lin realized that heavenly ghosts appeared to be essential for successfully creating celestial guards and that the ancestral skulls had mysteriously merged into one powerful tattoo. Ta Shan's consciousness had not been erased but remained shattered within his body. leaving him emotionless and obedient while Wang Lin hoped he might recover in the future. With the refinement complete, Wang Lin ordered the chosen immortal clan to open the altar so everyone could leave. When the gate opened, a terrifying scream erupted from within, but Wang Lin's 3 purple flags suppressed it while Ta Shan entered first. Immune to the soul attacks because his origin soul had merged completely with his body. Ta Shan advanced directly to the mysterious yin furnace. Wang Lin, protected by the ancient god leather armor, ignored the scream as well and confronted the shadowy female spirit guarding the furnace. While Wang Lin restrained her with the purple vortex, Ta Shan unleashed 2 devastating punches empowered by the tattoo on his forehead and the hatred accumulated over countless years. The first punch shattered the furnace with countless cracks, and the second completely destroyed it. The black gas within the furnace and the woman's spirit were sucked into a small transfer array. Wang Lin immediately stepped onto the array, summoned Shu Leguo back from one of the chosen immortal clan members, and escaped with Ta Shan. The chosen immortal clan followed through the transfer array, finally abandoning the place they had guarded for generations before the collapsing altar buried everything. Elsewhere inside the nether beast, a black-robed man guarded a crystal coffin containing the body of a handsome young man while a giant blood formation continuously sent black gas into the coffin. Sensing Wang Lin's arrival, the black-robed man admitted he was still too weak to destroy the formation himself. Then created 5 identical clones and dispatched them. After Wang Lin, Ta Shan, Shu Leguo, and the chosen immortal clan emerged from the transfer array, Wang Lin's divine sense immediately detected one of the blue-robed clones approaching. Realizing that the blue-robed man he had previously killed had only been a clone, Wang Lin ordered Ta Shan to attack. The clone summoned a spear to counter Ta Shan while 4 additional clones rapidly arrived. Wang Lin released the beast bone tattoo, causing all 5 clones to recognize it as their master's withered Dao pair. They were overwhelmed with shock and fear, while even the distant black-robed man reacted with astonishment upon sensing the tattoo. The withered Dao pair released a powerful killing aura that forced the 5 clones to retreat together while forming seals and chanting. A protective light screen appeared around 3 of them, but it was instantly petrified, cracked apart, and shattered under the killing intent. Although the clones escaped, Wang Lin teleported beside one of them and summoned the celestial sealing stamp. The 3-inch stamp instantly expanded to 100 feet and smashed down, sealing the clone's power with overwhelming heavenly pressure. The clone's body was destroyed, and when its origin soul tried to flee, the stamp radiated brilliant golden light across a 10.000-foot area. Countless golden seals pierced the origin soul, trapping and absorbing it into the stamp. The remaining 4 clones fled, and Wang Lin pursued them while carrying the stamp. However, he suddenly realized they were attempting to lure him away, so he stopped chasing, sat in the void, and spread out his divine sense while Ta Shan guarded him. After locating their true objective, Wang Lin rushed toward another direction. One clone suddenly turned back, burned both its origin soul and body to drastically increase its speed, reached within 100 feet of Wang Lin, and self-destructed. The explosion of a peak corporeal yang cultivator unleashed devastating power. Wang Lin immediately retreated, summoned 3 small flags and the mountain and river screen, transforming the surroundings into the mountain and river painting. Although the painting absorbed much of the explosion, it was only a replica, so part of the destructive force broke through the purple vortex and struck Wang Lin directly. Targeting his origin soul, he was forced back and turned pale but survived thanks to the ancient god leather armor. Realizing he would have suffered severe injuries or death without it, the remaining 3 clones immediately closed in, each preparing to self-destruct. Wang Lin remained calm, summoned the withered Dao pair to petrify one clone's leg, then instantly appeared before it and pierced its forehead with a sword finger, shattering its body into stone fragments before it could explode. The last 2 clones continued charging. Wang Lin used the stop spell to freeze one clone while Ta Shan rushed forward, grabbed the other, and carried it away before it exploded. The blast heavily injured Ta Shan, but he endured it. Meanwhile, the final clone exploded from the accumulated destructive force within its body, creating another terrifying storm aimed directly at Wang Lin. Wang Lin expanded the celestial sealing stamp to 1,000 feet, standing it upright like a massive shield. The violent explosion slammed into the stamp, forcing both Wang Lin and the giant seal backward more than 30 steps before they finally stopped. After the destructive force dissipated, Wang Lin's killing intent reached its peak. Guided by the origin soul sealed inside the celestial sealing stamp, he charged across tens of thousands of kilometers with Ta Shan following closely. The withered Dao pair floating above him and the giant stamp beneath him. He soon arrived at a massive formation containing a crystal coffin and confronted the black-robed man, whose expression showed both gloom and hidden shock, as the momentum of the enormous celestial sealing stamp created fierce winds that lifted the man's robe. Wang Lin clearly saw that beneath the robe, everything except the man's head was nothing but white bones. After the black-robed man recovered from the wind, he fired a stream of black short swords from between his eyebrows at Wang Lin while continuously chanting. Wang Lin judged that although the man's true cultivation exceeded the illusory yin and corporeal yang stages, his skeletal body prevented him from using more than early-stage nirvana scryer strength. At Wang Lin's command, Ta Shan stepped forward and intercepted the swords. His punch created a vortex that drew in the swords, and although they pierced his body, they failed to injure him. Ta Shan repeatedly struck them away with his fists. Wang Lin then attacked with the withered Dao pair, releasing overwhelming killing intent that attempted to petrify the black-robed man. But the man dispelled the gray petrification light with a hand seal while recognizing the treasure as belonging to his master. He summoned a white feathered fan from between his eyebrows, creating a violent thunderstorm. Wang Lin responded by activating the celestial sealing stamp while retreating and allowing his ancient thunder dragon soul to devour the thunderstorm, absorbing its power despite suffering internal shock. Facing the descending celestial sealing stamp, the black-robed man used a technique called raising heaven, gathering mysterious force from a radius of 5.000 kilometers into a vortex above his hands and pushing upward. The tremendous collision shook the void, forcing approaching chosen immortal clan members to retreat. While the stamp paused briefly, Wang Lin immediately followed with the celestial sword's heavenly chop. But the black-robed man dispersed it using beams of light from his eyes and mocked Wang Lin's cultivation as too weak to deserve possessing his master's treasure. Wang Lin calmly released the seal on the celestial sealing stamp, causing it to shine like the sun as countless golden runes emerged. The fully awakened treasure descended again with irresistible force. The black-robed man summoned 10 black dragons from between his eyebrows to resist it. But despite repeated collisions, they could not halt the stamp. Forced into a desperate situation, the black-robed man stood up for the first time in countless years and attempted to escape. Wang Lin immediately activated the stamp's sealing ability, surrounding the area with golden runes that rapidly condensed around the black-robed man. Showing fear for the first time, the black-robed man sacrificed all 10 dragons, causing them to self-destruct one after another. Their combined explosions shattered the surrounding golden runes, blasted the celestial sealing stamp backward, and created an immense shockwave. Ta Shan shielded Wang Lin with his own body, coughing blood from the impact, while the black-robed man escaped the sealing range, amazed by the treasure's power. He declared it famous enough even in the celestial realm and flew directly toward the celestial sealing stamp. Intending to seize it, Wang Lin pursued him at lightning speed, unleashing 10 heavenly chops that merged into one enormous slash. The black-robed man ignored the attack, formed a celestial barrier with gathered celestial spiritual energy, and declared that such a supreme treasure was wasted in Wang Lin's hands and should belong to him instead. Wang Lin launched 10 consecutive heavenly chops, shattering the black-robed man's celestial curtain. He then threw the celestial sword and cast *stop* at the perfect moment, freezing the black-robed man just long enough for the sword to sever his right arm. The detached arm instantly turned to bone dust and vanished. Furious, the black-robed man abandoned the celestial sealing stamp and charged at Wang Lin, unleashing a sword strike that split the void. Wang Lin immediately cast *call the wind, summoning a violent black wind. The black-robed man was horrified upon recognizing it as the celestial emperor Baifan's spell, the same technique that had nearly annihilated him in the past after he violated celestial law. Only his Master Carefree, had managed to preserve his skull, and he had spent countless years using the formation to gradually remove the lingering effects of the spell and reconstruct his skeleton. Terrified of being touched by the wind again, He summoned a blue cord treasure that emitted blue light to resist the black wind while repeatedly demanding to know Wang Lin's relationship with Bai Fan. Wang Lin ignored him and pressed the attack, merging with the black wind and forcing the black-robed man into retreat. Although the blue core absorbed much of the wind, the black-robed man knew even a trace entering his body would reactivate his old injuries. Wang Lin then summoned the god-slaying war chariot's 5-colored butterfly. At his command, the butterfly flapped its wings, causing the black-robed man's remaining left arm to disintegrate into dust and transform into a gray butterfly. Another flap destroyed his feet, forcing him to sacrifice the lower half of his body to escape into the center formation above the coffin. The formation continuously supplied black gas that repeatedly regenerated his destroyed lower body, gradually restoring it with flesh and blood. Wang Lin pursued relentlessly, using Call the Wind again despite the heavy drain on his origin energy. The butterfly then flapped only one wing, completely erasing the black-robed man's regenerated body and leaving only his skull. Realizing the butterfly possessed the power to break laws, the black-robed man fell into despair. As the black wind closed in, he expelled his essence origin energy to delay it and retreat toward the coffin. Accepting that he would otherwise die, he decided to break his promise to his master and opened the coffin by smashing his skull against it. When the coffin opened, the preserved young man's body inside immediately dissolved into nothing upon contact with the outside world. At that moment, the black-robed man recalled his master's final instructions, after violating celestial law. Only his skull and origin soul had been saved and sealed to guard the heaven-avoiding coffin. In ancient celestial realm treasure, Master Carefree had explained that before becoming a celestial he had lost his own son, preserving only a fragment of the boy's soul inside the heaven-avoiding coffin after sacrificing countless years of cultivation to obtain it. One day the son would awaken with a restored body, and Long Daozi was ordered to recognize him as his new master. In return, Long Daozi would be allowed to use the coffin to rebuild his own body and recover his cultivation. As he entered the coffin, the black-robed man could only apologize to his master for breaking that promise. Long Daozi decisively threw his head into the crystal coffin, causing the lid to automatically seal shut as the coffin burst out of the formation. Wang Lin was stunned when he saw the youth inside the coffin disappear completely while Long Daozi's body rapidly condensed from nothing. Realizing the coffin possessed the astonishing ability to reconstruct a body, Wang Lin immediately mounted the butterfly, sent the celestial sealing stamp after the coffin, had Ta Shan hide within his shadow, and relentlessly pursued it while wondering what kind of treasure could reform a cultivator's flesh. Inside the coffin, Long Daozi experienced the sensation of possessing flesh again after countless years of existing only as a soul. As his body rapidly recovered, he became overwhelmed with resentment toward Master Carefree. He realized that he could have regained his body simply by entering the coffin. Yet his master had forced him to remain bodiless while guarding his son for countless years. Believing his loyalty had been exploited, Long Daozi bitterly concluded that Master Carefree had never trusted him and had deliberately hidden the coffin's true function despite Long Daozi's unwavering gratitude and willingness to endure endless suffering out of respect for their master-disciple relationship. As his body fully regenerated, his cultivation exploded upward at an unbelievable speed. It first returned from the level between corporeal Yang and Nirvana Scryer to early-stage Nirvana Scryer, a rank 3 Sky Celestial, then continued climbing through rank 6 before reaching rank 9 Sky Celestial. The peak cultivation he had possessed during the ancient celestial realm. The breakthrough did not stop there. His cultivation shattered the barrier separating Sky Celestial from Celestial King, finally reaching rank 3 Celestial King. Feeling power he had not possessed for countless years, Long Daozi became ecstatic and believed he now possessed enough strength to kill Wang Lin, seize all of Wang Lin's treasures, and permanently escape Master Carefree as long as he never returned to the celestial realm. Confident that Master Carefree, whose cultivation was only rank 9 Celestial King, could no longer easily suppress him, Long Daozi pushed open the coffin lid, stepped outside laughing wildly, and unleashed a terrifying celestial aura that generated a massive celestial energy storm around him. Wang Lin immediately halted his pursuit and carefully observed the scene with a gloomy expression. Although Long Daozi's aura was still weaker than the blood ancestors, it was overwhelmingly powerful and clearly surpassed ordinary cultivators. However, The moment Long Daozi attempted to take another step toward Wang Lin, an unexpected disaster occurred. His raised foot silently disintegrated into nothingness, followed immediately by both legs, both arms, and the rest of his body. The horrifying scene exactly mirrored the disappearance of the mysterious youth who had previously emerged from the coffin. Frozen in terror, Long Daozi lowered his head only to discover that his body had already vanished. Even his head gradually became transparent while his origin soul rapidly collapsed into countless fragments. Completely consumed by fear, he frantically screamed at the sky, asking why Master Carefree had betrayed him after all the years he had faithfully protected his son. He shouted that Master Carefree had personally told him the coffin could restore anyone whose soul still retained even the slightest trace of existence. Yet now his reconstructed body was collapsing immediately after leaving it. Long Daozi finally understood what he believed to be Master Carefree's true plan, that even if he had obediently entered the coffin only after Master Carefree's son awakened, he still would have suffered the same fate. He accused Master Carefree of intending to eliminate him from the very beginning after using him for countless years. Long Daozi also revealed that he had greatly assisted Master Carefree in searching for clues about the heaven-avoiding coffin and had even violated celestial law because of that mission, only to receive betrayal as his reward. Filled with endless hatred, unwillingness, and despair, Long Daozi completely disintegrated, his body, head, and origin soul all dissolved into the void like dust returning to dust. Although his existence disappeared, the immense resentment accumulated over countless years remained behind. The resentment had originated from the collapse of the celestial realm and had continued growing throughout the endless years Long Daozi guarded the coffin without a body. It had now reached such an unimaginable level that, if left undisturbed, it could have persisted forever and perhaps even eventually given birth to a completely new life. Wang Lin silently watched the entire process without interfering. After contemplating for a moment, he pointed toward the sky and summoned the Dao Underworld River. The enormous river manifested, providing an outlet for the lingering resentment. Long Daozi's resentment poured into the Underworld River and merged with the countless resentful souls already contained within it, strengthening the river even further. After the time needed for one incense stick to burn, every trace of resentment had been completely absorbed, and the Underworld River quietly disappeared. Wang Lin then took hold of the crystal coffin and carefully examined it. After thoughtful consideration, he concluded that the coffin undoubtedly possessed the ability to nourish souls and regenerate flesh. But anyone restored by it apparently could not leave alive. He also considered another possibility, that the coffin had not been used according to its intended method. Unable to determine the truth, Wang Lin stored the mysterious coffin away with a sigh. Seeing the coffin immediately reminded him of Li Muwan. The possibility of restoring a body and reviving the dead reignited his determination to resurrect her. Recalling the woman in the Tide Abyss who had spoken about awakening Li Muwan, Wang Lin remembered the overwhelming shock that had filled him at that moment. The mere possibility of reviving her had shaken him more violently than countless heavenly thunders striking his body. Whether the information proved true or false, he resolved that he absolutely had to travel to planet Donglin and visit the Shan family. Regardless of the danger, difficulty, or sacrifice required, he would never abandon even the slightest chance to bring Li Muwan back to life. Meanwhile, deep within the western region of the All-Heaven star system lay the Strange Domain. An isolated forbidden area permanently shrouded in endless gray fog where no one had ventured for an extremely long time. The fog extended infinitely in every direction, limiting visibility to less than 100 feet while creating an eerie silence that had seemingly endured for eternity. On this day, the tranquil fog suddenly began to fluctuate before violently churning across hundreds of thousands of kilometers as though an enormous monster were moving beneath it. As the fog separated, an unimaginably huge whale-like beast, at least tens of thousands of kilometers long, emerged. The creature had no eyes, only an enormous mouth that continuously released dense gray fog. A formation suddenly appeared within its mouth, from which Wang Lin, disguised as a green-robed youth, stepped out first, followed closely by the frightened members of the chosen immortal clan. The surrounding fog immediately pushed them away from the beast. Wang Lin turned around and carefully observed the gigantic creature before recognizing it as the legendary nether beast described within the memories of the ancient god Tu-Si. According to those memories, the nether beast had existed since the era of the ancient gods, possessed no offensive abilities, and was extremely timid despite its enormous size. However, its greatest mystery was that another world existed within its body. A world vastly larger than the beast itself. Wang Lin was surprised that such an ancient life form still existed after countless ages. The nether beast also noticed Wang Lin and his companions but merely closed its mouth. Slowly retreated into the endless fog. And completely disappeared without displaying any hostility. After being absent for more than half a year, Wang Lin had finally returned to the All-Heaven star system. However, during his absence, 2 earth-shattering events had already occurred that shocked every cultivator in the star system. And one of those events was directly targeted at Wang Lin himself.